Miss, all right? Then they follow that up, and they beat Syracuse. You and I had the game where they go on the road against Ohio State. Mar Stevens gets in foul trouble. They get their doors blown off. What do they do in response? They didn't lose the next one. They turn around and beat Maryland at home. As this story is written about Penn State's season, there's still a lot of positive things to come, but those are going to be two benchmarks.
And it seems clear at this point, and I can't imagine anything that would change it, that this is going to be Penn State's first NCAA tournament team since 2001. And they're just playing at this point, A, for a Big Ten championship, and B, to improve their seed each and every week.
And how about if this holds on here? You've won 7 straight. How about this? 4 on the road.
In a league that this year has had road victories few and far between. 77-62. 2 shots coming for Isaiah Thompson. Thompson has 14, 7th game in double figures. He did not score against Indiana. It only scored 4 points per game over the last 2, so a little more offense tonight from Isaiah Thompson. One more free throw to come. Coming up next on BTN, the doubleheader continues. Anthony Cowan, 9th-ranked Maryland, are home to take on the Huskers. Big Ten basketball presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, continuing next on BTN and the Fox Sports app. He is 15.
Kevin, your point guard would be on the floor in terms of in the field of play, but they have Wheeler taking it out because he's such a poor foul shooter. Nice job of recognizing that and still keeping him on the floor by the coaching staff of Penn State.
As Eastern finds the open man in the corner, and the three for Eric Hunter Jr. 11-point game. Stranger things have happened. And credit this crowd in West Lafayette. This game was lopsided for most of it, and here they are still in the building in full throat, trying to rally their team with 2:07 to go.
And a good foul by Stefanovic. One, because you put, a subpar foul shooter in Hera on the line at 58%. But if he doesn't give that foul, because they had been extended so far defensively, Seth Lundy was wide open. If he doesn't foul Hera, that's a layup for Lundy.
2 free throws for Hera. As he hits the first, he'll get the second. Both teams well over the limit, so 2 foul shots for every whistle the rest of the way with 2:07 to play. 1 timeout remains for each team. Possession arrow favoring Penn State. 11 for Hera. Two minutes to go. Proctor.
Good help by Hera again, helping out Stevens on Proctor.
Thompson trying to get past Dredd, couldn't do it. 10 to shoot. Williams will launch from deep, and he hits. Travion Williams, 3rd made 3 of the year.
Oh, what a bad pass. They were very fortunate. It was Penn State.
Now Miles Dredd jumps it back out to Stevens, and Stevens will cradle. Not going to go. Williams the board. 10-point game. Purdue looking to cut it to single digits. And Proctor's fouled, and a chance to do that with the clock stopped at 1:14 to go. Second foul on Lundy.
And what, this is a teachable moment for Seth Lundy, okay? And you see it with Coach Pat Chambers. He's saying, look, we did our job with Proctor. We forced him to his left hand. Don't bail him out. by giving the foul and getting points with the clock stopped, as well as eliminating the opportunity to possibly get a stop and come down the other way.
This was a 24-point game with about 14 minutes to go. It is now an 8-point game 13 minutes later, and Mackey has one last roar in it, trying to coax a miracle comeback. And Stevens is fouled. 1:12 to go, and Lamar Stevens, 10th best foul shooter in the Big Ten Conference at 72%, heads to the line.
Good job by Purdue defensively, Kevin. You know, you try to get the initial steal, and if you don't, or try to force it back to Wheeler, that didn't happen, then you have to give the foul and give it early as they did there.
One more for Stevens. Don't forget, Nebraska, Maryland coming up as soon as we're done here. Presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's on BTN, it's on the Fox Sports app, and it's right after we're done. 10-point game, Penn State. Hunter against Hera. This is a 7-point game. It's not nail-biting time yet in State College, but you're getting close.
You're starting to nibble.
Dredd to Hera, and they give the foul immediately.
And I know he made his last two, but hey, at 58%, you play the percentages here. They get the ball to Hera in the corner. You could tell he wanted to get it out of his hands, but that's the second time that Stefanovic has done the right thing and give the foul on Hera.
Fourth foul on Stefanovic. Hera to the line. 5 for 6 tonight. Boy, John Hera has come up clutch at the stripe. Not his strength, but you wouldn't know it by his performance this evening.
Big time.
Really big shot.
You can't say enough about what that guy's done. You know, the last game he set a career high in minutes. He averages about 15 per ball game. He played 33 minutes and was outstanding on both ends of the floor. And when they needed him most, he's knocked down foul shots here tonight.
Tough one for Eric Hunter Jr. Right back to a 7-point game.
I foul the freshman. Now, if the Wheeler's got it, you got to foul him. You got to foul.
And Stevens is the guy you foul instead. Wheeler 1 for 2 on the night at the line and 11 for 20 on the year.
And I looked across the way and Coach Matt Painter was like, look, we had the ball where we wanted it. We've got to give the foul, meaning Wheeler.
So Stefanovic has fouled out with that foul. That's his 5th. Rough night for Sasha Stefanovic, who had the hot hand coming in, but just 3 points, 0 for 4 from 3 tonight for the sharpshooter.
And the thing that Purdue has done, in addition to ratcheting up the defensive pressure, look, they haven't fallen in love with the three. They've attacked the rim and extended the ball game and got the easy 2 rather than the contested 3.
And the embers of hope flicker a little brighter for Purdue.
And I like this, just extending just a little bit to force Purdue to burn a little bit of clock.
And a sloppy pass, turnover by Hunter. And Stevens is fouled by Jihad Proctor.
And a good sequence all the way around by Isaiah Brockington. He kind of gave some token pressure, 3/4 court. And rather than jogging back, he sprinted back. So when Hunter turned the corner, he thought he was going to have Travion Williams on the roll. But because Brockington sprinted, rather than 3/4, he was able to come up with the steal.
9-point game again.
Now watch him. He sprints. He's not jogging, and he took away the angle. He came with the inside hand. A lot of guys, once they get that screen, they would have hesitated. He sprinted and got that inside hand in there. Great job by Brockington.
Stevens up to 14 tonight. Only played 9 minutes in the first half with foul trouble. Thompson trying to go high off the glass. Dredd with the rebound. And you can hear a little bit of an exhale coming from the eastern part of Big Ten country in State College, Pennsylvania. Timeout taken by Penn State with 16.9 seconds to go in a 10-point game. That Chambers team looking to survive. Sean, let's talk a minute about this Purdue squad, because Purdue has played themselves back into the NCAA tournament field with their 3-game winning streak entering tonight. This loss is not likely to set them back considerably as far as the folks who are making those decisions. But you look at this schedule ahead, and I guess we say this about every Big Ten team. This is tough. On the road for Ohio State, Wisconsin, home for Michigan and Indiana before you hit Iowa towards the end of the year.
Well, it depends on if you look at the glass half empty or half full. You know me well enough, Kevin, to know that I'm the eternal optimist.
You are that.
There's
yes.
no cynicism involved at all.
Not at all.
But these are great opportunities for Purdue to continue to build a resume. And this is a team that, quite frankly, in the Penn State Nittany Lions, the fact that they weren't one of the 16 initial seeds kind of surprised me with the record and the quad wins that the Nittany Lions had put forth. So a great effort by Purdue, but they dug themselves an early hole that they just weren't able to come apparently completely out of, especially defending the three and not running the three-point shooters, Lundy in particular, early in this ballgame off the line.
You go into the locker room down by 12 and then allow a 13-2 start to the opposition in the second half. It makes it very difficult to come back, even in a place that is one of the best home court environments in all of college basketball. A valiant effort late from Purdue, but Penn State getting it done at the line, up by 12, about to close this one out. Hunter's three is blocked. Lundy pulls it away, and Brockington's going to pull it out, and Penn State is going to dribble out a big road win, and that's 7 straight wins for the Penn State Nittany Lions. 88-76. Penn State wins it by 12 and just a half game back of the Maryland Terrapins, and they're coming up next to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For Sean Moore.